Hi guys, and in today's video I will be showing you how to code the very basics of Java. Today we will be creating a simple program that asks you for your name, and if you enter Markian it will say welcome, and if you enter anything else it's gonna say goodbye. Okay, so um first of all, you need to download a JDK. For this one, I'm just gonna be using JDK version 8. So yeah, once you create a new project, I'm using an IntelliJ. You will go to this public static void main, and you don't have to really know what this means yet. It's a little more complicated, so I won't say that in this video. But yeah, so Java is a object-oriented programming language which has infinite possibilities. But first, we need to create the classic hello world. To create this, you would type system dot out dot println, and then inside of quotes you would put hello world. And make sure you have a semicolon at the end. This is very important because it tells Java that this is the end of your instruction or command. So this syntax basically means your system dot output, so the output of your system, to print a line, print text, and then in quotes your text. It's in quotes because it is telling it that this is text and not some command. Yes, you can have command inside of commands. If we run this by clicking the green run button, as you can see, it's building and it says hello world. If everything went well, it should say process finished with exit code 0. Okay, so next we will be talking about the same thing but a different variant of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this and I'm just gonna paste this like 3 times. Or 4. And I'm just gonna change the message. So hello world, this is gonna be hello. This is gonna be hello Markian. And this is just gonna be hello Jack. Cause why not? And now if we compile it, as you probably expected, it's just gonna print out everything in separate lines. But let's say we have something like hello world. So here we can just have hello world, and here we can have hello. Now if we compile this, just say hello world. I meant to get rid of this. Hello world. Okay, so now if we compile it, it should just say hello world. But let's say we want to put that on the same line, but just with 2 different statements. Well, to do that, instead of writing print ln, which stands for print line, we would just type print. And what that's gonna do is it's just gonna print on the same line that it was before. So now it says hello world the same way, but that's because this is a separate line. So if we remove it on both of these, so make both of them print, and now compile it, it says hello world. I just need a space here. But as you can see, now we're printing on the same line with 2 different statements. Okay, so now that you got how to print out basic messages to the console, I'm going to show you how to get some data types. So there are a lot of different data types in Java. One of the most basic ones is int. So and to make one, you would type int and then the name of it. I'm just gonna do int I, and then you just give it a number. This can only be a number. So it can make any number except a decimal because this is an int, so decimals won't work. Any number, but it can't be anything else. So it can't be quotes, it has to be a number. So I'm just gonna make it 1. Another data type is string. So I would type string, make sure it's capital, otherwise it won't work. the S has to be capital. String, I'm just going to name this name. And this will just be equal to quotes. Again, make sure you have a semicolon. And in quotes, you can type any name, anything. So this basically stores text. There's also a data type called char, which can store characters. So this won't exactly work. Because as you see, this is quotes, which stores text. But for a char, instead of doing double quotes, we would do single quotes. And in single quotes, we can only put one letter. We can't put more, we can't put multiple. We can only put one symbol. So I'm going to put it my first initial, so M. And the last one I'm going to be showing you is Boolean. So to create a Boolean, you would just type bool, en, and then I'll just name this bool, and that this can only be equal to true or false, nothing else. So it's either true or false. You may underestimate how useful these are, but trust me, they're pretty useful. Okay, so now let's talk about input. So let's create the first part of our program. So you would just type in system.out.println. We want the print line, not print. In quotes, just write, what is your name? Okay, so after what is your name, you will create a new object. Now, objects are kind of everything in Java. As you can see, this is an object. It's anything that an object is basically anything that says public class. It's classes. This is the class main. This is this class system. And for input, we'll use this class called scanner. So we type scanner. I'll just name this input. And this is going to be equal to a new scanner. And then in here, we will just type system.in for input. Now, this won't work since we'll have to import the class. So we'll input the java.util class. So now, as you can see, we have it's something called import java.util.scanner. This is kind of a path leading to this class. Okay, so now to get input, we will create a string. So I'll just create a string name, and that will be equal to input, the variable we just created, dot next line. I did semicolon, and now we can just print it out, just so we can see the result. System.out.println, and we just pass a name. Again, as I can see, you can pass in variables inside of these two curly brackets. This is why they're very important. So yeah. Also, be sure you have these curly brackets. It won't work like this, so it has to have these curly brackets. Don't type anything in them. It's just like that. And here you have to type system.in. Okay. So now if you run this, you should get something that says what is your name, and we can give it a result like Markian. Let's just say Markian. And let's say we give it something like Jack. Let's just say Jack. Okay, so next let's check if the name is Markian. For this, we're just gonna use a if statement. And they're pretty straightforward. You just type if, then you would type these two things, and then at the end just curly brackets. And inside of here we have a statement, a condition. So in this case, I'm just gonna be checking if name equals Markian. Now it has to have two equals, otherwise it won't work. Since one equals means you're assigning it, like you're saying name is equal to Markian. But in this case, we're checking if it's equal to Markian. And if it is, then we're just gonna do system.out.println. I just have shortcut, and then I just set up welcome. And now to do, and now just to add an else statement, you just type in else and then go away, go away. So now if we run it, and if we type in Martin, it's gonna say Martin. Okay, so as you can see, it did not exactly work because this isn't the really way to do it. To do this correctly, you would type name dot equals, and then inside of these two brackets, you would type string and then your value. So now just to make sure I type it correctly, I'm just gonna get that, run it, and now if I say Martin, it's gonna say welcome, and if I say anything else, it's just gonna say go away. If I say Jack, it's say go away. It's very important that you have name that equals. Not always. Sometimes it won't work. Like in Booleans, you don't have to have them. Like if you're saying if a condition is equal to true, then you don't. But they say in this case we do. One last thing I'm gonna show you today, and that's gonna be an if else statement. So to do this, let's just delete our else statement here and type in if else if else. So if else, I don't know why this isn't working, but there should be a statement called, no, it's not if else, it's else if name dot equals Jack, and we're just gonna do system out you do not have admin, and again we can just add an else statement saying go away. So go away. So now if we run this, if we type in Martin, it's going to give us the same result. If we type in Jack, let's say you do not have admin. And if we type in anything else except Martin and Jack, like Mac, it's just going to say go away. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time, and bye.